Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next episode of Supernatural Season 6. The last episode that we watched was called The Third Man, and that had a very sexy scene right near the beginning where we had Dean in bed with, well, it was like a dream with Lisa, and then we had Sam with no top on, working out, and it was beautiful. It was a great scene. I was warned about it for a long time, and it did not disappoint. I did edit for it today, and that's what I used as a thumbnail because it was sexy, and I really, really enjoyed it. The episode itself was really good. It was about, so we had these cops that were being killed, and it turned out that because of all the unrest in heaven, someone's managed to steal various heavenly weapons, one of them being the Staff of Moses, which someone was using to kill these cops. It turned out to be a kid whose brother died. I got a bit confused throughout the episode about who was what, but the kid's brother died, and he was using that part of the staff at least to kill these people with plagues. So we had like locusts, boils, someone being liquefied. And so, yeah, it was a lot. And we could find out more about that in heaven. There's this war going on. Raphael's on one side, and he came back for a bit. And Castiel and some other people are on the other side, trying to basically win the war in heaven and take control. So I'm looking forward to finding out more about that throughout the season. I imagine that's going to keep propping up. I don't know if that's going to be the main storyline or if that's going to be one of the main storylines. Obviously, I'm only 3 episodes in, so I'm still just kind of getting used to the new season and Samuel and all that, even though he wasn't in the last episode. But I'm excited to find out more about it. I'm really starting to kind of get to grips with what I think are going to be some big plot lines coming in. And whilst I enjoy Monster of the Week a lot, I am also curious to see where they take the main storylines after the failed apocalypse. Or the last time they did say Raphael wants to win the war in heaven to restart the apocalypse. And I'm like, oh God, like I wanted something new. But we'll see if that ever comes into play. We'll worry about that kind of if that ever becomes a problem. This episode is called Weekend at Bobby's. Now, I know there's a film called Weekend at Bernie's, which I'm guessing is what the title alludes to. I've never watched the film, but I know it's about 2 guys and their friend or their boss, someone, this third person who's dead, and they try and convince everybody that they're still alive. And I've seen like various parodies of it, but I've never actually watched the original film. So Weekend at Bobby's, maybe it's just a Bobby-centric episode, and it's just the title that they decided to go with, or maybe someone's dead, and they're going to try and convince people that they're not dead. Maybe it's about a zombie. As long as it's not Bobby, as long as Bobby doesn't die, we're okay. But it'd be good to see Bobby again more. We saw him briefly in the first episode, when Dee went to see Bobby to say Sam's still alive, and we learned that Bobby knew already, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Bobby again and seeing what that brings for the season. Other than that, I kind of want to meet more alphas, but I don't know how often they're going to spring up, whether that's just going to be like a thing that unfolds over the rest of the show, or whether that's a season 6 plotline. I feel like I said that a lot, but let's just jump into the episode and see what it's about, and yeah, hopefully see more of my sexy Sam and Dean. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and please take a look at the Patreon link in the description box to see the full reaction to this episode if you're watching on YouTube, as well as the next bunch of episodes in advance, probably about 5 or 6 episodes ahead of YouTube, I think, if not more. I'm trying to work on Patreon being further and further ahead, slowly, but yeah, take a look over there and see if you're interested. It helps support the channel. Right, let's jump into Supernatural Season 6, Episode 4, Weekend at Bobby's. We didn't get a now, which normally comes up at the beginning of the episode, so a year ago, that's why. Hey Crowley.
Been making merry, have we?
Fight me.
That's your thing.
Please say we don't make another deal.
Cheer up, mate. We just saved the sodding world together. Me?
Save the sodding world together. Sounded almost Australian.
Celebrating.
A swill like that is gonna burn a hole in your soul. Oh, sorry, my soul. But that's why you called our little deal.
Yeah, well, it's about time you hold up your.
I was going to say, did he not give it
Give it
back?
back.
He said,
Give it back.
Our deal was, we ice Lucifer.
yeah,
You rip up the lease.
yes. So he didn't. Fuck's sake, Crowley.
You didn't read your contract.
The hell are you talking about, contract?
Paragraph 18, subsection B, which is on your naughty bits. I only have to make best efforts to give you back your soul.
Meaning what?
Meaning, I'd like to, but I can't.
Crowley.
Sacrifice.
10 years.
'Cause I'm going Dateline on your ass.
Hey, like that though. That's cool.
Really?
Oh no.
Doggy breath.
He's got that giant ass hellhound as well. Well, 10 years would take him to the end of the show.
Happy hunting.
He's not answering. I mean, there is that. He's also got a life apart from you two, so.
What happened? You fall and can't get up?
Hilarious. Dean, I'm a little busy.
Well, then kick Bo Derek out of your bathtub. We got a case here.
I'll call you back.
I was going to say, like, because Bobby is such a good hunter, at least he's got all the knowledge of the books and whatnot. He's probably got more exciting things to do than. Is this someone who likes Bobby? Oh. Say it. There we go.
You're hunting a lamia.
Come again?
A lamia.
Monster. Juices hearts, chugs the blood. Never heard of one.
Directed by Jensen Ackles. Hey.
Silver knife, blessed by a padre.
Gotcha.
You're not going to listen to the rest.
You're welcome.
I know. Thank you. Is the word you're looking for, Dean.
I'm still here.
Hello.
Hey there, Cranky. You were gone so long, I just assumed alcoholic coma.
Who are you?
You don't know what he'll do to me.
Right now, you better worry about
You
me.
don't get it. He's the king.
Come on, Bobby.
King of the Crossroads. I've heard the speech.
No. King of hell.
He's the king of hell? Crowley. Oh, it's the lady that fancies him, I think. Unless she's the demon. Cute.
How long have we been neighbors?
6 months.
Well, don't you think it's time you welcomed me to the neighborhood? My famous ginger peach cobbler.
Oh,
Take a whiff, seriously. I'm a genius.
I've never had a ginger peach cobbler before.
Stupid horror flicks.
Saturday, 7 o'clock, my house. I'll fix you dinner, and I'll whip up a batch of my famous white chocolate popcorn.
I love
and
this.
watch it. Deal?
Sounds super, Marcy.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. My wood chipper, it's a piece of crap. You know, it just broke down on me, and I hear that you're quite handy. Maybe you could come over and take a look. You know, just...
I love this though. He's so cute. I want Bobby to find love.
Are you gonna make sweet love to her before you stab her to death, Bobby? That is a usual thing, right?
Oh, shush.
McLeod. Fergus McLeod.
Fergus
I swear.
McLeod.
We call him Lucky the Leprechaun behind his back. We had a deal.
Ah, well, so did he.
Gave it my best effort.
No.
I would kill her. Sorry, but you're still a demon at the end of the day, so bye.
Yeah, you're getting slow.
I'm getting so yeah, it says Mr. sits on his ass all day taking calls.
What is it?
Okami? Where'd you shiv it?
Okami.
This Billings.
Only
Sounds
time I ever
Japanese.
saw one of these was in Japan.
Duh, no one's ever seen one of these except in Japan.
Sam and Dean are tracking a lamia in Wisconsin.
Get out. I thought they never leave Greece.
Oh, it's Greek.
Monsters lately. Is it me or is it weird?
Yeah,
That's
well,
what Samuel said.
definitely something.
Samuel said something weird's going on.
What's another way to kill a lamia?
Well, what happened to the silver knife blessed by a priest?
Killed
It didn't pan out.
the priest.
Plan B.
I'm enjoying that some of like the background characters in this episode. That's quite cool.
Directory.
Singer, I'm Agent Adams. I believe you know Sheriff Mills.
Jodie. She was in the one where the
My mom. Just say.
the people were coming back to life and her son. And they had to kill him.
And the herbs. Saute over a high heat. Okay, great. Enjoy the roast, Mom.
Have you seen this man? Rufus Turner, a.k.a. Luther Vandross, a.k.a. Ruben Studdard.
No, absolutely not.
No. Why'd you send him outside?
Because I didn't think you'd want him in here.
I don't. I've got a body in the basement.
My point.
Yeah, but I've got another body buried in the yard.
Damn it.
Get back here.
Get back. I'm 2 states over, Bobby. I can't.
Your Kami ain't dead.
Of course
Oh, is that what that
Use a bamboo
meant?
dagger.
Yeah.
Blessed by a Shinto priest.
I'm not an imbecile, Bobby.
Did you stab it 7 times?
5 times.
It's 7.
Oh, it's weird how you have to like. There's very specific things that can kill demons. Into, I get like certain silver
What
or
was it feeding on when you found it?
fire or whatever.
Single white females. While they slept.
No.
Where's your bedroom? Seen anything weird?
Just say you saw a creature rolling around or someone's climbing in the window. How did she not see that straight away? Do it, push her in. Please tell me she didn't get sprayed with it.
I thought your chipper was broke.
Oh no!
I just said that to get you over here.
Poor woman.
I guess I could come over for dinner some night. Might be fun.
I don't think so.
Oh. I get it. He saved your life, though.
So you just happen to have a bamboo dagger blessed by a Shinto priest laying around.
Wood chipper.
Oh, okie dokie, wood chipper. That pretty much trumps everything.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine there's many demons
Listen,
or like,
Bobby,
creatures that would survive a wood chipper. Demons maybe, because you can just move out into another body, but
I screwed up.
most creatures.
I figure.
Crowley had a son.
Did he now?
Yeah, name of Gavin. Moved across the pond after his parents bit it. Get the ghost. You can swap Crowley his son for your soul.
Something like that.
Let's hope that works out.
Lord, this doesn't sound like a good idea. But I would like Bobby to have his soul back. He deserves it.
Something's not right to me.
Oh God.
Dean.
I got a few questions about that year, Solomon.
Dean.
I mean, yeah, me too.
You what?
Just hang on.
I wonder if there's gonna be like a flashback episode that just shows us the year.
More important than Sam?
Rufus.
The good news is I snagged the ring, Bobby. However,
Tell me that ain't.
yeah, 3 guesses and one of them it ain't the paramedics.
It's like around the door. Oh,
Bobby, I gotta stash this
just
ring.
constantly driving away from the police.
Right.
Bobby, what the hell?
There's things going on in his life except just you two.
You know, you were the one person that I can talk to about this stuff, about Sam,
Yeah.
about leaving. Bobby? Hello?
I hear you, son. It just ain't a good time.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Forget it. Bare my soul like a freaking girl here, and you've got stuff to do. So that's fine.
Try and Dean.
Fine. Seriously, though, a little selfish. Not all about you.
That's kind of ironic. No offense,
Where's your
but
brother? Sometimes.
You two are the whiniest, most self-absorbed sons of bitches I ever met.
I'm selfish?
right?
Me? I do everything for you. Everything.
You need your asses pulled out of the fire.
Tell him, Bobby.
Someone to bitch to about each other.
You call me, and I come through.
Every damn time.
You tell him, Bobby.
Get for it?
Jack with a side of squat.
Didn't you say thank
Do
you?
I sound like I'm done? But I got a news flash for you. You ain't the center of the universe.
Now give me a slip your mind.
That Crowley owns my soul.
Miss me?
Hey. Did she come through?
How did you...
Don't ask. We got 1 hour, and then I'll call the feds and tell them he busted out.
I'm really enjoying this episode.
Tell me the ring is still in your stomach.
Please say it's been washed.
I'll go boil some water. Word on the street is that ever since Lucifer went to the pokey, you're the big kahuna downstairs.
So you've been reading the trades?
Yeah.
Paradise.
Mate, you have no idea.
That scares me though if he's the king of hell. That's...
When I got the corner off this, I thought it was all gonna be. But if I'm being honest, it's been hell.
Funny that.
Thought that was the point.
Is he not enjoying it as much as he thought he
You know what
would?
the problem with demons is?
They're demons.
Exactly. Evil, lying prats, the whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
I love you so. Sorry. You're so for my boy, that's it, right? I loathe the little bastard.
Oh.
You want to torture him, just let me pull up a chair and I'll watch. Hell, burn his bones, send him down to me, we can have a family reunion. That's right, son?
I was just using him to dig up dirt on you.
Oh.
And since Gavin hates you maybe even more than you hate him,
He's not saying
he was
much.
more than happy to squawk.
Why is he not?
What did you tell him, son? Everything?
What does that mean?
In life, you were nothing but a two-bit tailor who sold his soul in exchange for an extra 3 inches below the belt.
Just trying to hit double digits.
Oh.
So, you got a glimpse behind the curtain.
Me and Sam,
It's
we've gone
Scotland.
international. In fact, we're in your neck of the woods.
It's a lovely green screen.
You think you're something special, but you're just spirits.
Because everyone thought how much they love Crowley. This won't be the end of him. I can't see it.
But end of the day, you're nothing but ghosts with an ego.
You hear that, Crowley? That's me flicking my bick for you.
Your bones
Flick it for me.
going once.
Give him his soul back, please. Hey. Is it back? Is it back? Is it back?
You can go ahead and leave in the part about my legs. Pleasure doing business with you.
Now, if you don't mind.
My only fear of this, though, is that obviously Crowley has helped them before,
I believe those are mine.
and I'd be worried that this will put like
No, now that I think about it, maybe I'll just lay
them against him. Oh, I don't know.
9-hour plane trip was no picnic.
What'd you do, drink your way through it?
I was fine.
Now he white-knuckled his way through 4 puke bags.
Well, at least I was sober.
I forgot about Dean's Vera playing
Decided to try something, I was
from like
ready. I
season
had a
1,
fork.
episode 4.
I was in a tough spot. I guess I was.
You're right, Bobby. We take you for granted.
You've been cleaning up our messes for years, Bobby. You know, without you, I don't even want to think about where me and Sam would have ended up.
Okay, then let's roll credits on this chick flick.
It's the cobbler. Please be Marcy.
Willis. Yeah, he is. One of our best agents, in fact.
Oh, Bobby. I love him. Okay, that was my reaction to Supernatural Season 6, Episode 4, Weekend at Bobby's, and I loved it. Genuinely, I think that's my favourite episode of the season so far. I just thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. It felt like a very different episode for Supernatural, but it felt very supernatural, if that makes sense. So, I've liked Bobby ever since he first came on the scene. I've always thought he was a good character. But I know of like recent times I've really fell in love with the character, and I just think he's brilliant. I really do. I just enjoy... I've always liked him, like, in the earlier seasons when he was one that would always save the day. He would give them the advice, they'd call him, and he'd read out from the books and whatnot. And they would, sometimes they'd listen to him, sometimes they wouldn't. But then sometimes they'd be in the middle of a fight with this monster, and then he would just show up out of nowhere and save the day. And I love that Bobby. And then season 5 was quite difficult for me, watching him in a wheelchair, really struggling to be less of a hunter in his eyes because he couldn't do the physical parts of it. Now we know he's great also with the lore and the knowledge and the books and the research, and that is invaluable really to have that kind of knowledge. But he was struggling, and you know he talked about how he debated killing himself. So it's good to see Bobby back in full-on action. And what I liked as well about this episode is it was very Bobby centric, and Sam and Dean were kind of background characters. Now I was hoping for more of a Bobby focus from the title, but you just never know. But this really reminded me, you guys are going to hate me, funnily enough, it reminded me of an episode of Buffy. Buffy t-shirt, studied at high school. Hello. And please, guys, if you watch my channel and you love Supernatural reactions, please give Buffy a chance, because I think you'd understand a lot more of where I'm coming from with certain things. But there's an episode of Buffy, again, no spoilers, that where Buffy and that are like minor characters in the background, or like background characters, and it focuses on one of the characters that doesn't get as much attention. So as he's running around doing his own little thing, they're like basically saving the world in the background. It's like a minor apocalypse going on, and he's like running past it at times, and that's why I liked it when Bobby was on the phone when Jodie was there and the other police officer guy or FBI guy, whoever he was, and he was like talking to them as if he was them, talking to his mum, and they were fighting the demons in the background. That's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy from this kind of comedy aspect, and that's what I loved in the Buffy episode, and I really enjoyed this episode. So the main push of this episode was Sam and Dean, well, at least the minor push at the beginning was they were fighting Alami, something like that. I don't know exactly what it was called. And then from talking to Rufus, we found out about Akamis, which was one that Rufus had killed, but hadn't actually killed. And as I said in the episode, what's really fascinating to me is that I never really thought about the fact that maybe certain demons are specific to certain regions of the world. It makes perfect sense now that he said it, but it's just not something I'd ever really put any thought into, because I just thought, like I said in the episode, that vampires will be everywhere, there'll be witches everywhere, there'll be demons everywhere, there'll be werewolves everywhere. I never thought about region-specific demons. But that also ties into what Samuel was saying, because they were saying, well, Kamis are only found in Japan, Alamis are only found in Greece. Why are they in Wisconsin or wherever it was, parts of America? Which ties into what Samuel said, that things are weird at the moment. Demons are acting like demons shouldn't be acting. They're in places they shouldn't be. We've seen demons we've never seen before. I can't really think of a reason why that would be, unless it's something to do with someone new is in charge of hell and heaven, there's war in there, and maybe there's some sort of influence going on from there that's sending people other places. I don't really know, to be honest. Like, why would some demon that's always been in Japan be in America? That is something that I'm not really sure about, and I'm hoping is definitely explored more. I think it will be, because it's been mentioned twice now in the space of 4 episodes, so there'd be no reason why they wouldn't bring it up again. But I'm really curious as to why demons are going to places. It's like with animals in our world, the animal kingdom. Animals that are specific to certain regions of the world, if they ever turn up in another part, like the opposite side of the earth, why? Like, we want to know why. What's caused that animal to migrate there? And I'm guessing this is a similar sort of thing. Maybe they're running away from something, maybe they're running to something. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. I like seeing more of Crowley this episode, but we got to see a different side of Crowley, which was good, but also quite scary. Now, we know that Crowley now is the king of hell. Since Lucifer was kaput and put in the cage, Crowley has now taken over hell, which is kind of cool, because I like Crowley. I like his witticisms, I like his snarky attitude, I like his one-liners that he says, like when he said about wearing a kilt, well, I had athletic calves. That's really funny. But he's also got that edge of distrust, which I also talked about when he first appeared on the scene. Like, he's funny, he's on our side, he's helping us, but I also don't trust the guy particularly, because he does things in his own way. And now that we know he's the king of hell, what influence does that have on his motives, on what he wants from Sam and Dean? Like, we don't really know what being king of hell entails. Now, he looked a bit dishevelled, a bit tired, and even he said being king of hell basically not all it's cracked up to be, and working with demons is hard because they're demons, you can't trust them. And so I think maybe he thought he would love the power, and he'd love the control, but actually maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be, and he's struggling with that position. So what impact is that going to have on, like, his personality, his character, and moving forward? Like, in the past, he helped us because it benefited him. Well, at this point, maybe it doesn't. So, like with Bobby, I was quite annoyed that he never gave the soul back like he promised, but in the fine print was we'll try our best to. Similar to like when you work with businesses and they always use like the little loophole scout of things. So, that was interesting. And I'm glad that he's got the soul back now, but he had to go about it by getting his son involved, finding out more about him, and we found out that when he made his first deal with the Crossroads Demon back when he was human, it was to basically add an extra 3 inches on. Like, he made a joke about he has to get to the double digits, but well, whether that's true or not, he still made that's the deal. And he found out his name was Fergus and where he's buried, and we felt this cool thing, like now he can threaten the bones, and there was a really good scene with the demon that was in the basement that Bobby was holding captive. Burning those bones was awesome, like the effects were quite good. And Crowley generally looked quite scared, at least in my eyes, like a little bit scared at that point, because he knew that he could die at that point, and Bobby had the control, and I liked that. It was good to see a different side of Crowley, but I'm very, very intrigued to see, like, moving forward, how does that affect his relationship with Bobby, Sam and Dean, because whilst he's worked with them, whilst having his own agenda in the past, it's always been a kind of like friendly banter and blah, 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 they've worked together. At this point, they've actually threatened his life. So that could be quite bad for them, you know, moving forward. Speaking of Sam and Dean, what I liked about this episode was whilst they were also background characters, it also kind of shed a little bit of a bad light on them, but I think it needed to be shared. Because when they kept ringing up Bobby in the past, we never really think about Bobby's side of it. They just ring him, he's there, he helps them, all good. And obviously, every now and again, he'll give them a bit of a spank on the bottom, verbally, and give them a bit of a talking down, because he's like their dad figure. Now, what I loved about this episode was that I was getting annoyed that Sam and Dean, or at least Dean in particular, were like ringing up and asking for help, but then just putting the phone down. And like when at the very beginning, when they first rang Bobby was outside doing something, or in the basement doing something, whatever. They were just like, well, maybe he's in the toilet. Why is he not answering? Like, has he fallen down? I made a joke about him falling down. I get it. But also, like, do you really think he just sits by the phone waiting for you two to call? Like, we know other hunters ring him and he's got the phones on the wall. He's super, like, really helpful and important doing that. But do you really think that he just sits and waits for your call? And the fact that they were getting so impatient so quickly kind of bothered me, because Bobby's just a person. He has his own life. He has his own things going on. It's not just, I just wait for Sam and Dean to call and I help them and that's my only job. They must know that he has other things going on. Sorry, the porcelain walked past the window and it distracted me. And so I loved it when Dean rang up saying, like, I'm worried about Sam, like, I want to talk to you. And obviously Bobby was in the middle of something with Rufus and whatnot. And Dean was getting pissed off with him because, well, I'm trying to talk to you, why are you not listening? And then he's like, is Sam there? Get him here. And so over the phone he was like, listen, you two whiny little shits. I'm always here for you every time you call. I always come through. I always help you. Now it's your time to help me. I'm sick of it. And I loved it. Honestly, it's one of my favourite moments for a long time. Oh, that was so good, because I love Sam and Dean. You know I love Sam and Dean as characters. I love them both. Well, very good looking people. But I just love the characters as well, as flawed as they are. But this episode showed kind of like the bad light on them, that they're very selfish when it comes to Bobby. So when Dean called Bobby selfish, I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Bobby always comes through for you. No matter what's going on in his personal life, he comes through for you. And this time, you're getting annoyed at him because he's not there straight away. He's got stuff going on and you're not happy about it. No. So I was thinking, oh God, are the Supernatural fans going to come for me? Because I'm thinking that. But then Bobby called them straight out. And I was like, yes, Bobby, you give it to them, because they deserve to hear it. Like, Bobby has his own life. And I'll talk about, is it Marcy in a minute, but like, obviously we've got the Rufus thing going on where they're trying to get the ring, and he's got other hunters that he's trying to help, and he's got Sheriff showed up at his door. And as we saw throughout the episode, which was highlighted by Sam and Dean being background characters, we saw him going about his life, then somebody would call, then other things would go on, then somebody would call, and then the rest would, and then we saw how much he really does. Even at the end of the episode, right at the very end, he'd killed the demon, sorted the thing out with Crowley, got his soul back, kept his legs, sat down to have his peach cobbler, and the phone rang straight away. So another hunter needed help. And so we saw how much Bobby does. And I think we knew that, but we never saw it firsthand, how much he does for other people as well, and how busy his life is. And so that scene where he tore Sam and Dean apart, loved it. Absolutely loved it. As much as I love those two boys, they needed to hear it. And can we just talk about Marcy for a second? Because I want Bobby to find love. And I was so excited when he drove past her and she gave me a little wave and a little smile. I thought, okay, ooh, hello, someone fancies Bobby. And then she came over with a ginger peach cobbler to introduce herself properly and to say, like, maybe let's have a little date or whatever. And he was sort of interested. You could see he kind of was a bit like, because even before he opened the door to her, he kind of like checked himself over a little bit. It's so cute. For a show that's about men carrying shotguns and shooting demons a lot and saving the world. Just these little moments of this woman that fancies Bobby. I live for it. I live for it. And so I really had high hope. But also was quite dubious because it's supernatural. We saw Lisa and Ben and every woman that somebody had been involved with. Jess, whoever else. Things don't end well. So I was nervous. Especially when we knew that the Akame was still alive and had disappeared. Gone after single white females. And we just shot to her house. Like, oh no. No, they're going to kill her. And then Bobby burst through the door. Where's the bedroom? And she just pointed towards the bedroom, which was quite funny. And it was a shame because he saved her life from the monster that was hiding on the ceiling. Surprised she never saw it because it wasn't very well hidden. But anyway, the monster came, the Akame was there. Bobby saved her, threw the Akame in the wood chipper, which she admitted was actually not broken. She just said that to get him over to the house. And it was a shame that she was of the mindset, like, she was kind of like put off by the experience. Kind of understandably, because he burst through the house with a shotgun, a monster appeared, and he threw it in the wood chipper and the blood got all over you. But also, he's a guy that you kind of fancy, have a bit of a crush on. You got a little bit of a thing for him. He saved your life from this monster that had broken into your home. I would kind of be like, oh, well, you know, hero. But I also understand that you don't really know this dude. He burst your home with a shotgun. Killed this monster by throwing it in the wood chipper, and then the blood got like all over you, so you're probably a bit scared. But maybe after a little bit of time she might come round. I hope so, because just that little interactions between them was so cute. It was so adorably cute, and the idea of like Bobby romance with this new person. I've seen her in things before. Can't put my finger on what, but I know I've definitely seen her in a couple of things before. Maybe she's like a bit character in various different shows, but I love this episode, guys. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. Like, I've enjoyed the first three, but it's kind of been like an up and down. Like, I enjoyed it, but it's serious and it's dark. And this was just fun. Really fun. And had some really great, powerful moments with Bobby against Crowley. Bobby telling Sam and Dean where to shove it, basically. And Bobby, like, little romancy things. And so good. Could see Rufus back. I don't really know how I feel about Rufus too much, because he kind of comes back briefly, then disappears, and then disappears again. He's fine, but Bobby is the MVP of the show. Like, he's probably one of my favourite characters, if not my favourite character. He's so good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed this reaction. I hope you are the same sort of like mindset as me, that Bobby is the best character, and this episode was so good watching him really get like the spotlight for a change, which is good. And I'm hoping Sam and Dean treat me a little bit better after this one. I hope. Before I go, Jodie was in it again. She was cool. I really liked Jodie the first time we met her. I really enjoyed her on this one. And I just hope she comes back into it more, because she knows about demons and monsters. She has obviously had this like arresting Bobby over the past 10 years thing going on. But over time has obviously built a good relationship with him. Now especially she knows a lot more about monsters. She's more willing to protect him and help him. Like, she got Rufus back in the country. And she's definitely someone that we want on our side, and seems to be on our side. So I want to see more of her. She's so cool. But yeah, as always, guys, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. Did you like the episode, the reaction? Did you love the focus on Bobby? The scenes with Crowley? The fact that Bobby almost fell in love? What do you think about that? And also, what do you think about Bobby tearing Sam and Dean apart? Did you love it as much as I did? Let me know. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. So I had a look before, and only 14% of my viewers are subscribed to my channel, so that's not a lot. So please subscribe to my channel. Please take a look at the Patreon link down below in the description box if you are interested in the full reaction to this episode. And if you're watching over on YouTube, the next few episodes, weeks or a couple of months ahead of YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of Supernatural Season 6. Bye, guys. Stay safe and take care.